Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 12 and today we will be presenting about our case study, which is Woolworths. Starting with an introduction, in this case, Woolworths Group is the largest grocery business in Australia. The purpose of this case study is to analyze the objectives and strategies used by Woolworths, SWOT analysis, and discuss major issues that the company faced. Woolworths perform operations within 4 segments, which is Australian Food, New Zealand Food, Big W, and Endeavour Group, Drinks and Hotels. And the issue here is Woolworths competes with challenging low profit margins in both Australia and New Zealand in the grocery market business. For EFE metrics, which is opportunities, first, Australia is the country's free trade negotiations with the European Union and United Kingdom. The second, there remains a large demand in Australia for organic and ethnic foods. Third, Australians in general value quality over quantity, so portion sizes are not that important, which presents an excellent opportunity for grocery stores to promote their store brands. Fourth, private label products are growing in popularity in Australia. Woolworths and Coles, for example, are including private label brands for up to 40% of their store offerings. Fifth, Coles and Woolworths have reported that their online sales grew in excess of 30% in 2020. Sixth, market expansion in both Woolworths and Coles can explore markets or regions to expand their customer base. 7. Diversification of product range introduces new product categories to cater preferences and trends. 8. Customer loyalty programs strengthen customer retention by implementing or enhancing loyalty programs to reward repeat customers. 9. Sustainability initiatives to embrace eco-friendly practices to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. And 10th, digital marketing strategies of Woolworths and Coles will invest in innovative digital marketing campaigns to increase brand visibility and attract a wider audience in the online space. Next, threats. Imported goods require effective marketing strategies to compete with domestic goods. And then local consumers prefer domestic products. Third, Aldi is growing and offering strong competition by offering lower prices for unique goods. Fourth, Woolworths might face challenges in meeting the elevated standards set by free trade negotiations. Fifth, the competitors are attempting to attract customers to the same stores. Sixth, Woolworths must swiftly adjust to changing food preferences by dynamic consumer demand. And then downward pressure on prices is always a race for grocery store companies. And then Coles and Woolworths now compete by selling more products rather than by matching prices. 9. The shift towards meal-filled days may impact sales of traditional meat products. And then lastly, Australians have traditionally placed less faith in private labels than in name brands. So the total of weighted score is 2.84, indicating that Woolworths has more opportunities than threats. Next, we have Porter's 5 forces model. First, we have rivalry among competing firms. The level of the competition is high because the grocery retail industry is highly competitive with multiple major players such as Coles, Aldi, and independent retailers. Price competition is fierce and businesses frequently engage in promotional activities to attract customers. And then next, we have potential entry of new competitors. The level of the competition is low to moderate because entry into the grocery retail industry is typically difficult. Established companies with strong brand recognition, economies of scale, and well-developed supply chain networks such as Woolworths make it difficult for new entrants to compete effectively. Next, we have potential development of substitute products, which is moderate because consumers have a variety of options in the grocery retail industry, so the threat of substitutes is moderate. And then next, we have bargaining power of suppliers, which is also moderate because Woolworths as a large grocery retailer has significant purchasing power due to its size. And then lastly, we have bargaining power of consumers. The level of the competition is high because due to the availability of alternative options, consumers in the grocery retail industry frequently have strong bargaining power.
Okay, thank you, Andriana. So, For CPN metric, Woolworths is the leading company because the weightage score is 3.49, higher than Coles Group, Aldi and Metcash. The second company is 3.18, and the third company is Aldi, is 2.25. The last company is Metcash. The point is 1.96. Okay, mission statement. Based on this statement, Woolworths have found all the nine components. With the short statement, the mission include the target customer from online and the physical store. So this is the customer element by providing new technology, which is the best application available, which is the technology segment for the customer. This show the Woolworths uniqueness, concern for growth, with the new concept regularly in all the stores, which is the self-concept. So they mentioned the hotel service for their product and service are committed to people from Australia and the New Zealand, which is their market, with friendly staff and element for employee. Woolworths also try to be a nice corporate citizen for the public image and ethical, which is the philosophy element.
Next is a financial analysis. First is current ratio. The ratio is decreasing from 2019 to 2020. The ratio is less than 1 indicates that Woolworths has fewer assets than liabilities in both years. Next is quick ratio. The ratio is increasing from 2019 to 2020. The ratio of less than 1 indicates that Woolworths has fewer assets than liability in both years. Next is long-term debt to equity ratio. The ratio for 2020 is 1.458. The ratio above 1 indicates that Woolworths has less equity than long-term debt, which is generally considered unfavorable. Next is inventory turnover. The ratio for inventory turnover is increasing from 2019 to 2020, indicating that goods were being sold faster in 2020 compared to 2019. Next is account receivable turnover. The ratio decreased from 2019 to 2020, indicating that Woolworths' collection of account receivable become less efficient as the year went forward. Next is average collection period, which is none of 2 years have it. Next is gross profit margin. Gross profit margin increased from 2019 to 2020. This indicates that Woolworths has improved the company profitability. Next is net profit margin. Net profit margin increased from 2019 to 2020. This indicates that the firm can retain a portion of its revenue as net profit in 2020 compared to 2019. Next is return of total asset, which is ROA. The ratio is decreased from 2019 to 2020, indicating a negative signal for investors and stakeholders because it shows that the firm did not utilize its resources to generate profit. Lastly is return on stockholder equity, ROE. The ratio increased from 2019 to 2020. It shows that Woolworths generates more profit from the money invested by shareholders.
Next, IFE matrix. The weighted score for IFE matrix is 3.25, which indicates that Woolworths trend outperform their weaknesses.
Next, for the SWOT analysis, for the strength and opportunity strategy, number 1 is develop and promote the variety of the organic and diverse dishes on the modernized menu in the keeping with the market trends and cater to the large customer base. Number 2, focus in improving the online shopping experience by investing in the user-friendly interface, efficient delivery service, and personalized recommendation. Number 3 is invest in the loyalty program and personalized market strategy to deepen customer relationship. And number 4 is extend CSR program to include the community engagement initiative that promote the sustainability awareness and education. For the weakness and opportunity strategy, number 1 is investigate joint campaigns or partnership that benefit both brands and promote the global strength of the Australian supermarket. Number 2, address the leadership gap, enhance the organizational structure, and explore the regional expansion. For the strength trade strategy, number 1 is emphasize the product quality and expansion customer service to differentiate the company from the competitor. And number 2 is foster a culture of the adaptability and the innovation to respond promptly to the Australian culture. Number 3 is leverage leverage revenue diversity, innovate in the meat alternative, and adapt to the changing consumer preference for the sustainability. And for the last is a weakness and trade strategy. Number one is create the comprehensive financial resilient plan that include a strategy for dealing with economic downturn and industry specific challenge, and to define roles and enhance leadership clarity to make it clearly outline and communicate the responsibility and expectation associated with each role. Next, for the space metric analysis, x-axis coordinate, total average competitive position, we get the negative 3.8, and for the total average industry position, we get the 4.4. As for the x-axis, we get the 0.6, and for the y-axis coordinate, total average financial position, we get a 4.2, and the total average stability position, we get a negative 2.6. As for the y-axis coordinate, we get a 1.6. As a conclusion, the space metric of the company is the aggressive quadrant, which is the upper right quadrant at the coordinate 0.6, 1.6. It means it's a good position of the company use its internal strength to take advantage of the opportunities available and overcome the internal weaknesses experienced by the company. Company Woolworth has a financially strong firm that has to achieve major competitive advantage in the growing and stable industry.
So I continue with the BCG metric. First of all, the Australian food, the BCG position is at the start, and the strategy, the implementation is product development, and the implementation is introduce a new product to existing market. Woolworth can innovate and introduce a new and inclusive product to its existing store. For the second one is New Zealand food. The BCG position is at cash cow, and the strategy is diversification. And the implementation is Woolworth need to expand into new market or introduce entirely new product to achieve strategy goal. For the third one is Big W, and the BCG position is at question mark, and the strategy used is for Woolworth in the market development, and the implementation is BW can explore entering new geographic market which in Australia where it doesn't currently have a presence. And for the Endeavour Green, BCG position is at the start, and the strategy used is market penetration. For the implementation, Woolworth could implement market penetration strategy for Endeavour Drink, such as aggressive marketing campaign, loyalty program, and promotion to encourage existing customer. For the last one is the hotel. The BCG position is at the docks, and the strategy used is a liquidation. Woolworth can consider liquidation as the strategy if a hotel segment operate in market that constantly generate loss. Okay, that's all. I will continue with IE. IE matrix. There are currently three division at the region Go and Bid. The first one is Australian food. The second one is New Zealand food, and the last one is Endeavour Drink. For Australian food, the strategy used is product development. Woolworth can produce a new food and go the market. For the second one, New Zealand food is a strategy use market penetration, and Woolworth can improve marketing and advertising to reach more potential customer. For the last one, Endeavour Drink is horizontal integration. Endeavour Drinks can acquire or merge with its competitor in the same industry. So move on to the Big W. The IE region is hold and maintain, and strategy use is market penetration. The implementation is the company can hold and maintain their market penetration and product development by building a new supermarket at another region or country. For the last one is a hotel. The IE region is at house or device, and strategy use is devastator. Woolworth may sell the hotel to another company for financial gain. So that's all for me. Thank you.
We're moving on to the summary of the analysis. The first one is EFE matrix with a weighted score of 2.84, indicating that Woolworth has more opportunity than threats. For CPM, Woolworth is the leading company with 3.49. Michael Porter 5 forces model suggested that Woolworth generally competitive with other competitors like Aldi and Coles. For IFE matrix, the weighted score is 3.25. For vision and mission, we have found all the non-components with the short statement. SWOT matrix suggested possible solution for SO, WO, ST, and W3 strategies. Space matrix, Woolworth is in the aggressive quadrant, which is the upper right quadrant at coordinate 0.6 and 1.6. For BCG matrix, show a diversified segment with 1 question mark, 2 stars, 1 cash cow, and 1 dog. For IE matrix, the finding is grow and build, hold and maintain, harvest or diverse.
Next, we go through to the grand strategy metric. Woolworth Group is on the aggressive quadrant or quadrant 1, which is a strong competitive position. We should focus on the product and market development, market penetration, backward integration, forward integration, and concentric diversification. Woolworth is the first market expansion company and a strong competitive advantage in these regions. Woolworth, well known for its general merchandise, liquor, and grocery presence, has made a name for itself in the industry and is relied across a range of industries. By putting into practice market penetration, market expansion, and product development plan that are in line with the company goal, Woolworth can take advantage to increase the range of things it offers, such as putting eco-friendly and even type good in their store.
To summarize the QSPM matrix conducted, 4 strategic options are probably feasibly obtained from the summary analysis of all alternative strategies consisting of space matrix, BCG matrix, IE matrix, grand strategy matrix, and SWOT matrix. The weighted scores are obtained directly from the IFE matrix and EFE matrix. From the QSPM matrix, we can conclude that the most relevant strategy that can be implemented by the company is to market development. This is because the strategy of market development has obtained the highest total attractiveness score of 2.78 among the other strategies, which is to open in market development.
Next is implementation and recommendation. Woolworth, a prominent player in the retail sector, present a combination of strengths and weaknesses that demand strategic consideration for sustained growth and global competitiveness. To overcome its weaker international reputation, Woolworths should focus on cultivating a robust global brand presence. This can be achieved through targeted marketing effort highlighting the company commitment to sustainability, diversity, and positive customer experience. Woolworths facing challenge in cash flow management with a notable decline in net income by 56% in 2019. To address this issue, companies should implement measures to stabilize and enhance cash flow. Lastly is the conclusion. Woolworth Group is slowly grow its economy business issue in Australia and New Zealand. This has been determined by utilizing the company profile metric (CPM) and internal and external factor metric (IFE and EFE). Next, based on the grand strategy metric and space metric, Woolworth Group should put more attention into strategic effort like product development, market penetration, and market expansion. I think that's all for our group. Thank you.